crossroads of America, a.k.a. the Circle City.
The Los Angeles Lakers.
Starting lineups brought to you by Dave & Buster's.
All year defensively gets the Luka draw.
Run some split action for Luka, lobs it up. That's the connection that has been so fruitful for the Lakers, Doris.
Boy, you play with a point guard like Steve Nash if you're Amari Stoudemire, or if you're Jackson Hayes and you're playing with Luka, you look pretty good.
He was talking about how quickly it's all come together a little bit earlier at shoot-around. Here's Nesmith, catch and shoot three, comes off, and LeBron with the rebound and the push. James surveys. Early post-up for Hachimura against Halliburton. The double team comes. One more across the way to Reeves, who drives the closeout. And the float game has had a huge game in the first meeting between these two teams. Had 45 against the Pacers. Nembhard looking inside. Good post-up by Turner over Luka. And he left it on the front rim. Hachimura against Halliburton. Hachimura on a minutes restriction tonight on that knee injury coming off of it. Luka has it come off the iron out to Siakam. Reeves knocked it loose to Hayes, who punches it home.
It's required. What they have to do defensively requires effort and energy. They need their legs underneath them.
It caroms to Nesmith, who laid ball particularly well since All-Star break.
And when you consider what he brings on the defensive end of the floor, the Pacers, since the turn of the new year on the defensive end, 7th in the NBA, Mark.
For a team that finished in the bottom third a season ago, defensively, Luka in the mid-post area. Cross court to James. His comes off the iron to Turner. So the Lakers start the game 3 for 5. Siakam on the post up underneath. Over Luka for the bucket. Was looking for a call.
And this guy is so skilled, folks. I mean, he can adjust his game to different styles. He has been in the post more this year.
He's a guy that kind of gets lost in some of the noise when people talk about the Pacers. Nesmith has that, use a lot of the iron, and then finally come home.
But that's them. First 8 seconds looking to attack in transition. One of the best teams in terms, one of the fastest teams in terms of pace.
Yeah, Memphis is number 1. Hayes with another lob. This one coming from LeBron.
A basketball player, are there 2 better guys you want to play with than those 2?
Just throw it up there. Hayes off to a quick start with 6. Sidestep 3 by Halliburton comes off. And Reeves with the rebound, looking for LeBron on the push. Got a nice deep post up on Nesmith. And they came a little bit too late. Halliburton has a 2-on-1, and there's that discernment I was talking about.
And Mark, it's just for line. I'm watching that defender in front of me. Is he committing or not? Just Halliburton makes so many good decisions.
We showed that stat, 142 assists to just 13 turnovers. Nembhard put his shoulder on Reeves for the...
From January 1st, 7th in the league, is a commitment to the work across the board. Staff, players.
Rui, that 3 from the edge coming out of the timeout. Lakers make it a 1-point game. But yes, this Pacers squad defensively has been very impregnable since the new year. And there's one of the guys that gives them great defensive pressure, Nesmith.
And you see what they want to do. They are one of the teams that will send guys, you know, to 40, 50, 60 feet and pressure up.
Luka in the mid-post has a size advantage on Nembhard. Skip pass to the corner. Reeves lets it fly. And here's Siakam leading the break. His mid-range game, usually very reliable. That one off the mark. One of the top mid-range scorers in the game, as well as good work in the low post. Early pin by Hachimura.
This, LeBron James and he, the energy they have. Like, they missed both guys on the defensive end, and they have been outscored in transition by a wide margin. That has to be better tonight.
Trying to defend well, especially in the first 8 seconds of the shot clock. This is where the Pacers run their secondary stuff. Nembhard, and then he returned home to Gainbridge Fieldhouse. And TNT Monday has Celtics Grizzlies 12:30. For more on these games, please go to NBA.com or visit the NBA app.
That's a big welcome home. A banner in the parking lot.
Yeah. Got your own picture. There's Doncic, been conspicuously silent at the offensive end. Not for long, and historically, Doris.
Straight games of 10 points at least in the first quarter. He is shooting the three ball really well.
Nembhard with a good fake on Luka. One more to Nesmith. That one comes off. Siakam battling, comes loose to Nembhard. Stayed in bounds. Open three. And he overbaked it. Siakam with the steal in the front court.
Turnovers early. Been a theme for the Lakers.
That's going to be the third already. Siakam touches the pick. Dasha out in Los Angeles recently said that his son is getting settled in, found a spot to live. Obi Toppin has been shooting the lining out of the basketball lately. Had 5 threes a couple nights ago in their win against the Timberwolves and staying on that heater right now. Goodwin in the ball game during that last substitution. Luka off the elbow over Nembhard. Rebound by Reeves. Another possession. Goodwin wide open. And Turner tipped it to Toppin. Halliburton brings it across. He's 0 for 2 so far. Step back three by Tyrese, and it's wet. Quick run on by Hachimura. Stares down Toppin on the baseline. Finney Smith with a catch and shoot three, and he knocks it down. Doris, he's been one of their most consistent players since the trade.
I'll tell you what. They say prototypical 3-and-D. Dodo has had some big game experience. He looks comfortable.
Luke Walton was told by other people in Halliburton's circle not to mess with his shot, as Halliburton was a rookie with Sacramento at 22. Ben Mathurin into the ball game for the Pacers as well now. He's been on a little bit of a heater of late. Nice feed inside, Toppin, and one.
That's right physically.
And folks, I'll tell you this, having watched him close from the time he was a rookie, when he's flashing that 5,000-watt smile, the opponent's usually in trouble. 2-point lead for the Pacers. Luke out top against Turner. Got a little bit of a mismatch, and he draws the foul. As we look at Andrew Nembhard trying to guard Luka here tonight, tasked with that daunting task. Luka with his third three ball. Anthony Edwards, Steph Curry limited to 11%. Ja 23%. It's going to be a tough one tonight as well. Finney Smith in transition, and it comes off to Mathurin. Into the corner, Halliburton drives it and slams it home.
That he sprints up the floor. You know, Halliburton's a guy who doesn't have to dominate the basketball in order to be dominant.
He was brought up in the image of Magic Johnson by his dad, John Halliburton, a high school basketball referee and loving, doting father, courtside here tonight. Luka with a heat check comes off. Goodwin with the offensive rebound, blocked by Siakam. Shot clock at 8. Vincent fires. Another offensive board and another block. And Mathurin.
Somewhere the schedule catches up to you because you play 82 period as Benedict gets a good look. I think the question for me is like, okay, the remaining games, do you prioritize health and rest, or do you try to prioritize your seeding in the West?
Yeah, great point. Underscores the lack of time to really practice. Nembhard out top against James. T.J. McConnell coming into the ball game. Celebrated a birthday yesterday. Turns and fires over Vincent.
That's good to see, because a season ago when he had one heck of a year, his ability to use his dribble to get to the spots on the floor he wanted is big. I think his ankles have been bothering him, but that is, if you're Rick Carlisle, you'd love to see him get back to that.
James kicks it out to Vincent. One more. Vanderbilt from the baseline, and it rattles off to Mathurin with a head of steam. Siakam on the attack. Got a good look in Doncic with the carry. LeBron so far hasn't scored. He's only shot twice. Finney Smith from the corner. He comes off to McConnell. Quick hit ahead. Nembhard attacking Luka. TJ with the 15-footer. And the Pacers with another possession. McConnell measures the three and knocks it home. For Luka.
He said, okay, I see you 7-8 feet away from me.
McConnell, part of a 7-0 Pacer run.